Previously on the Zoom Out Entrepreneurship Instagram live show.
Maybe I know, you never know. Maybe I'll have some answers for you. But if you have questions regarding marketing, just drop them in the comments. And then when he finally joins us, it appears he's having a bit of a connection issue. So once he joins the chat, he can address the answers. So let me know if you have questions. Maybe I'm also a marketing expert. You never know. But please do drop the questions, drop the shout out, whatever you want to drop for now. Just, yeah. Let's keep it engaging. Let's keep it engaging. If you have questions, because he will not be able to see the questions, but if you post them here already, he will see them once he joins. I mean, I can read them out to him as well. If you have special, apart from what I will be asking him. Yeah. What is he saying? No, but we start again.
I don't know.
Okay. Here we go. We just accepted his request to join.
Yes.
Hi, Ignatious.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I hear I'm giving you guys technical difficulties here.
Bro, we are all having technical difficulties everywhere. Don't worry. It's
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Let's get this going.
So, first things first, tell us, who is the marketing guy? Who are you, sir?
We're jumping right into it.
Yeah, no, we're done with the formalities because,
Okay, great. Perfect. So they already know I'm a billionaire. Okay, great.
Wow, okay.
The marketing guy. It's actually a joke between me and some friends. So the marketing guy, my friends call me the businessman because I'm very entrepreneurial. I started, I think, my first business when I was around about 15. I sold, I think it was skipping ropes. I used to sell skipping ropes in school, and it was actually, the whole journey started as like a dare between me and one of my teachers. He was like, I was saying something about how in this day and age you can almost sell anything, right? And I told him as a joke, you can go sell stones, and then he said, "Go sell your stones." And so I was like, I'm a very competitive person. I went because I lived on a farm, and then I went, decorated those stones, tried to sell them to the tourists and stuff. And I actually sold one. And I went and I proved to him, like, you can sell stones. So then when it came on the skipping ropes, it moved to skipping ropes because you can only sell so many stones, and then went on to start an e-biking rental business. I think at that time I was around about 16 or something like that. So you're on the farm, when you're making 5,000 a month, you're a baller. You're it. And started a few other things. Then so now my one friend from Germany, his name is Olaf Splitter. He's a filmmaker. He's always calling me the businessman. And so so then I kept that, and so that ideally we wanted to push my personal brand more. But then we saw that if I go right now in this phase, I've built now the marketing agency, which most people know about. But if I start saying the businessman, people come, they expect business related activities. And right now, that's not really what I'm offering to the marketplace. Then we just thought for fun, why not call it the marketing guy? And then later on, when I start doing business consulting, because my end goal is to get into private equity, the buying and selling of businesses. So then we changed that. So that's how it came about. Like, let's test it out while we do this journey of posting every day on social media and see where we get. And now it's picking up. So like people remember the marketing guy more than they remember my actual name, which is quite funny. So
yeah, it's actually nice and catchy, and it also says a lot. It says a lot about what it is you do. Now, Ignatious,
yes.
What is marketing? Why marketing?
What you said? What is marketing and why marketing?
Yeah, why specifically for you? I mean, okay, you gave me a background of your story, but what is marketing?
I think marketing, to me, it's communicating a product or service to the right people. It's pretty much, if I had to put it in a sentence. And why marketing, right? That's a very good question. And so I got into marketing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say like, oh, no, I wanted to do this great thing, inspire people, and I wanted to make money. I wanted to make, wanted to make money. As I said, I want to get into private equity. So I was like, what can I do that doesn't require me to have that much upfront capital, but something that's based maybe on skills and something that I can still use no matter what else I start, right? And so I got into marketing, and I was seeing that people are very much tapped into the digital space. But one of the greatest observations on my side is, I think there's the part where we say social media, social media. Pretty much social media is the main marketing form of marketing right now, right? You get, of course, all these other things. But what it has done is it has created a level playing field. So you are sitting here in Namibia. Someone who's sitting in Australia has access to the same audience, and most other platforms can't really do the same thing, right? And so that's what fascinated me about social media, the digital space, because for me, anything I build, I wanted to go global. The end goal for me, we're pretty much vocal about it on social media. The end goal is to compete and serve on the international marketplace, because that's the only way we actually can grow an economy, right? Because if we still keep competing for the same audience, it's like another marketing agency is going to come next week and they're going to compete for the same audience. But if we create new streams of income, or like what you call foreign currency, like going to tap into the outside market, because now we have access to all these audiences, we have an obligation to create the kind of brands that can compete and serve on the international marketplace, because we can.
Now, Ignatius, I like that you touch on brand, because I always wonder, this is my own personal question, like, what is a brand?
That's a good question, eh? Oof. So the first thing, I think, when it comes to branding, I think, what is it? I think most people in this sense would say, what is it that people remember you for? What people know you for? But I would say more so the demeanor around. So what I can say, for example, right? Where I want to give an example. There's this friend of mine that posted something on their status at some point. They're like, the best thing you can do in business is do what you said you would do. And I think that ties in my personal opinion, that ties in a lot in terms of building brand. Brand is like, what is it that you make people feel when they hear your name, when they hear something about you, when they hear your company? What is it that they feel? That, to me, that is brand, because it's like, if there isn't a connection to the end consumer, there is no brand, right? Otherwise, you're just another priced thing in the marketplace. It's like almost like when you go to Chinatown, you don't expect things to be like luxurious, and you expect to get a good price, and that's the brand of the Chinatown as a whole. But as an individual store, you can't come there and have a really good brand in that kind of space, because everyone is looking for a better price. So when you have brand, to me, is how you make people feel, how people respond when they hear about your company or you as an individual, because that's what affects whether you become that person that always has to compete on price, or the person that people just want to follow because they make them feel a certain way. And so that's also the thing about me, and why we're so much tapped into social media and sharing our journey. So it's like, when we're building these audiences, like I've done with the More Than Logic podcast, like we're doing with our marketing agency, the end goal, as I said, is private equity. You guys have to keep that in mind, right? So it's like, one way I could maybe try to raise as much money as I can, and then start investing in things. Or on the other hand, I could build the audience and the trust of the people, which is the part where you build the brand. And then comes the time where it's like, because one of the things that made me think about that is like, I don't know who it was that said it. So it's like, you have 10, 20 friends, but you can't call on any of them and say, can I borrow 50,000? So, yes, that's because you also don't have a brand with your friendships, right? But so it's, for me, when you build that trust and loyalty and with the people, you can almost ask them to do anything. People will follow. They say, you know. So that's kind of yeah, and we can talk about this all day. It's like brand, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
For those of you joining us, thank you so much for joining us. This is Zoom Out. It is an entrepreneurship talk show about everything. We talk health and fitness, we talk marketing, we talk basically fashion as well. We bring in big minds, you know, in the industries, in their best industry, to really bring us what they know best. And we can, it's basically a show that is came from men's, you know, grooming, the guys that love a good haircut. As you can see today, our guest is the marketing guy, Mr. Ignatious. He came here with a fresh fade. Like, so my name is, of course, Mickey Ride. I am a podcaster, I'm a broadcaster. I love sports, and I also have a brand myself. That is why I asked that question. And you know, Ignatius, I feel a bit bad that I did not come with a notebook. I did not realize how much I actually need this information.
it's good. You can go back later and go watch it.
Yeah, good. Yes, I'm going back later with my own pen. Now,
and funny enough, I think my videographer is one of our videographers is sitting right here recording the whole session. So no, us we don't play when it comes to content.
That's awesome. So you are very serious about content. We'll get to the content in a few. What are the most what would you say are the biggest mistakes that SMEs make in terms of marketing?
Oh, that's a nice one. Do I have permission to go to my whiteboard?
Sure. Oh, yes.
Yes.
No.
That's a. I'm gonna take you guys through something interesting that we use in our company for the screen. My camera. Oh, see, my camera is dirty here. I'm in the office right now, so we're yeah. Wow, what a transformation. So, I think one of the mistakes I was busy strategizing throughout the holiday today, but I'm just going to take you guys through something. If any of you know anything called a funnel, it's what we use in marketing. When I say funnel, basically think of like when you're putting petrol in your car, you're stuck on the road, you make a bottle into something hollow so you can put your fuel in, right? So let's draw like something like that on the board. Like this. You
can't see the board.
You can't see the board. This is your funnel right here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you know, like you're fueling something you're throwing in your fuel and it's going into the car tank, basically. Let's create the funnel. So when it comes to funnels, right, this is part of sales and marketing. Ideally, when you're hooking someone, you have what we call top of funnel. Some of you might have seen this on social media. Then we have what we call middle of funnel, MOF. And then we have what we call bottom of funnel, which is BOF. And so when I say top of funnel, it means all that content that you create that captures people's attention, the trends, the entertainment stuff, anything that hooks people's attention, that content that always goes viral. It grabs attention. It doesn't necessarily always get people to buy, but it grabs attention. People will know about you. Then we have what we call middle of funnel. This is your value-based content, your educational stuff. This is where you share with people or help them understand why they should buy something, why something could provide value into their life. It's almost like a guy pitching himself to a girl, you know, like, hey, I have a job, just so you know. But showing your value. And then we have bottom of funnel. This is where conversion matters. What is the final action that we want people to do? Is it click something? Is it